think that's where Teamy shines. But every time we're just kind of checking the bush for no reason. Your team doesn't want to rotate to that jungle or rotate to that river. And there's no reason to get vision of the river if your team doesn't want to take control of the river. And I feel like Sheild was just in the wrong place at the wrong time multiple times, and RSG completely took advantage of that.
What will we need to see on any of the teams, actually, to take this series? We know both teams now need that one. There's no other way, best of 3. Whoever wins this game now will find himself in the grand final going up against Alphrex. Obviously, Monster Sheild did that already a bit earlier in our tournament. Will be the first time for Resurgence now in this whole bracket live here. How they start into game 3.
Might be the butterfly, actually. The butterfly pick might be...
Bring back butterfly.
I mean, they've been like doing this thing. It might be their secret pick.
I'm interested here because Resurgence is going to be on the blue side, so they will have that first pick available. So Monster Sheild, they could get a little tricky with their bans. It wouldn't be out of the question. We've seen it a couple times already here during the playoffs in the last day or two. But the Butterfly Resurgence, they just know we don't even want to deal with it.
Bye-bye, Butterfly.
They know it. The respect bans coming up from Butterfly, they do know how much damage you can do in game 1.
Yeah, I think here they need to ban Crash or they need to take it away. Arm's got a good ban, Valheim's a good ban, but I think they cannot give Resurgence Crash because LCC was just so adept on this Crash, literally making the plays work for his team.
What do you think about the Chagnan though? Did he have any advantage for Resurgence earlier on? I felt like he did make a really good... He had the presence of Chagnar.
Yeah, Chagnar just allowed the Kriknak to engage and cannot get CC'd because Kriknak, his weakness is if he gets stunned or slowed, he can't stick to his target, and that's why you have a Chagnar with him there. And Lindis being banned. Again, very smart picks there because we know how good YR can play this Lindis. But I'm looking at Dao Feng. Can he play something else in jungle? Because that's what's worked for them. YR on jungle has not worked for them as well.
Wait, the picks from Sherry were crucial. She played really well on Teamy, and then she plays really well on Mina.
They need her on Mina.
Yeah, they need
her
her
on Mina.
Mina. Yeah.
Was not as good, unfortunately, but they need her on Mina.
Yeah, with the Monster Sheild too, you got rid of the Arm and you got rid of the Violet, so both Lindis and Violet not going to be available. I was going to wonder and see if Monster Sheild were just going to try and target toward maybe those beefy front lines, because that felt like that's where a lot of the pressure came from, like a Crash or a Malik.
Right.
Those are seems to be things that Monster Sheild actually has difficulty dealing with.
Mina being banned. That means...
Yeah, I feel like Monster Sheild has to hand out one of those engages.
Zenio is up though. I mean, do you want to give Zenio over to Resurgence? We know how good Love is on this Zenio. He literally made the plays against Tamago yesterday and turn around these fights for them to win. So giving Love Zenio is actually pretty scary.
See if that pressure comes on through with the ultimate, but we still have to see here. Monster Sheild got about 15 seconds. I feel like though, if you let the Zenio through Monster Shield,
I think you ban Zenio and you take Crash.
Is that locked in? It is locked in.
Valheim's going to be the final ban there, so
they're going to take Zenio here.
Zenio, but then you got to get the Crash if you're on the side of Monster Shield.
Yeah, and then you have to take Crash at this point. You can't give LCC Crash and give Love Zenio. Again, Love Zenio is phenomenal, and he landed multiple party stuns with his Malice and changed the turn of a fight immediately, even when they're down one person. And that's why I have a really good feeling Resurgence with Zenio might give Monster Shield a really hard time this game.
Well, taking their time.
But they might not pick it. Who knows?
Yeah,
they might get the Omen.
They might be just,
oh, the Chagnar. Okay, that's a little risky.
Okay,
they should take Crash and Zenio. Take Crash and Zenio right here, right now.
Huge front line.
Yeah, that is a massive front line. And that can protect your carry so well.
I don't like the Omen.
Omen Zenio is really good though.
It is, but every game we've seen the Omen, it just doesn't do anything.
It hasn't
done much. Yeah, and they need to leverage like his level 4 ultimate's literally broken. A good team, when you lock someone out with Death Embrace, that person is dead if the entire team focuses them. Because that's a 5-second gauntlet. I mean, you're stuck for 5 seconds in that ultimate. So that's why Omen is so good if you use them properly.
And it's Teal, Zenio away. They have Crash again at the same time. They're going to take Crash probably. What about, who do you think they should secure next? Maybe the jungle? I don't think it's jungle.
Honestly, jungle isn't the priority anymore that it used to be.
Oh, yeah.
Through the playoff bracket. You want to try and get yourself.
Okay.
Yeah, because the idea here, the thing that we like about Tulin is the fact that he does have that mobility. So if you do have an Omen trying to run at you, you can at least kite on back towards your team and then look to go for a play.
Yeah, I mean, Linky plays a very aggressive Tulin. We saw him play it yesterday to very great effect. But the thing is, he didn't really capitalize on the early game power of Tulin. So if Monster Shield picks up Crash here and play him as support, but does Sherry play Crash? So that's where I'm gonna bet Monster Shield. It's really based on how Sherry plays, because I feel like when she plays really well, the team shines. Pyrrha could be picked up. Oh, okay. Kriknak and the Jinnar is really good with the Pyrrha comp. If they pick Pyrrha, they're gonna win. They're gonna win.
We've seen how she performs as
oh my
Pyrrha.
goodness.
It's actually atrocious. I would say.
With Zenio?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
I don't think the Pyrrha, but the teaming is still online. Do you think teaming could actually be a potential
Pyrrha
as well?
is way better with this composition, because you're gonna Jinnar and Kriknak are gonna get so much defense, so much sustain with Zenio and Pyrrha. It's gonna be so strong, basically.
I really didn't like.
There you go.
But I didn't like the idea here that you locked in the Kriknak right away, because already the jungle was shown by Resurgence. So you could have gotten something else, but they decided to wait and see what was going to come.
One thing, late game, if Kilgarth gets to late game, he counters Kriknak. Because Kriknak jumps in, Kilgarth can just literally explode him and destroy him. But you have a Zenio and a Pyrrha that can help basically keep Kriknak alive enough to blow up the Kilgarth. So their focus actually needs to kill the Kilgarth, so Kriknak then can go after the Tulin or Slims easily here.
And this is going to be a lot of pressure. You have to perform on this Kriknak, or else what else is there for the team?
That's a really solid I love Jinnar. He has damage reduction in his exuberance. Every hero he hits an extra 5% damage reduction, so 15% you hit 4 heroes. Oh, guess what? 30% damage reduction, along with Pyrrha's armor that she gives, heal, and Zenio's 40% damage reduction. You have an unkillable Jinnar.
But you have to take note of the fact that Sherry's Pyrrha is...
Oh yeah, the positioning.
That's the thing. The positioning is an
true.
issue, and I'm really looking... I'm still kind of debating on whether the draft is strong, but the performance is the factor here in this game.
Yeah, I know. I really love the draft, so I'm going to go and vote for Monster Shield. Shield's up, man.
You finally come over to the dark side.
I just love the draft so much.
I like it. We got the butterfly van.
There's no video. Can you play the Monster Shield video so they can win this?
So there is this idea that the team, whoever's video we are playing before we go into the game, will win. Obviously, we have those videos already, so it's kind of like either we play one and make sure that they win, or we come around.
Do we just have like a highlight package of their victories before? No, I'm going to agree with you, Sujay. I do like Monster Shield, and I think it really does become a point where it depends on how Sherry performs.
But LCC's crushed though.
Yeah.
All right, guys, it is time for match number 3. Everything comes down to this. You either get your ticket to fly home, or you get your ticket to the grand final. I'm pretty sure that Rip and Riku are happy that they don't need a ticket for the grand final.
No, sir, we don't need a ticket for the grand finals. It is time for game 3 right now. Monster Shield and Resurgence. Resurgence asking back, but I'm with Sujay, man. I really like this draft coming out of Monster Shield.
I mean, I completely agree with the desk. Their draft looked very, very strong. They have solutions to everything. Their primary target is to actually outlast Kilgroth when he comes online, and they do have a lot. They've got damage reduction, they've got heal, they've got the CCs as well. So I'm looking forward to this matchup.
Yeah, I think the big question, you know, as F has pointed out, is going to be Sherry. Sherry, we saw on this panel get caught out so much yesterday, and also not using that Nature's Rally ultimate a whole lot, right? So she's really got to use that ultimate in combination with the exuberance from the Jinnar to really make things happen here for them. And you can see the engage is going down on both sides again. You see Omen in the top trying to defend, trying to harass a little bit. Here we are watching the Love trying to harass just a little bit. He's like, you know, I don't even want to do it. You know, just go and have it. You can have that might go. I'm not interested.
Exactly. It's going to be a trade for camps, but every single time they trade up bot, they always leave that single camp right near the mid lane. Just so a form of threat coming from probably, you know, a retreat when, what do you call this, when RSG retreats.
Wow,
look at that Love, so brave.
Yeah, early gank here, puts out the heal for YR, misses the Malleus though. Now gonna have to back out just in case to get something else coming down, like that Chognar from Eris.
Indeed. Let's see what the plan is, because we did mention if you draft a Kilgroth, hold that thought.
Yeah, I mean, another engage here with the Malice again. Going in on Love. They're really putting in a lot of effort trying to collect Love, but they got to be careful. Here comes Linky and Eris, and Love is very low here, but there's the heal, and at YR, you are in big trouble. Daofeng arriving just in the nick of time, though. Is it too late? That is the question. Chunking down Linky and using the Flicker immediately. Montel right behind again. And look at that. The first one's going to go to Daofeng and Jinnar. Oh, my goodness. Montel, look, he's still going in. Diving in after Eris. Going to get the kill. Daofeng with that Kriknak with the double kill to start these games off here for MS.
They had an idea in mind to get that early game pick, get that bait on towards Love, but it didn't work out. Again, take note, it's all about outlasting the fight, and of course you have the Pena on your side, and therefore it's so hard to burst down targets, especially in the early phases of the game. You don't have key ults to actually try and make a huge impact, but at the moment, Monster Sheild played that so well. They adjusted to that rotation, and RSG's plan failed.
Yeah, beautiful stuff. That Pena with the healing light. This is something we didn't really see a lot out of Sherry and the Pena yesterday, right? Instead, we saw Sherry getting caught out, just giving the first bloods up. But this time instead, that healing light came out early, kept her teammates alive, and here we go, jumping in on Mantau there. See him chunking away here. The flying spear is missing from Zay, something else we saw a lot from him yesterday as well. So really scary here. Rallies just to stay alive and bounce out of that engage. Didn't want to fight there. So right now, MS looking fantastic again.
LCC2 will spot out Dauphin, but it's going to be fine. He's got that movement speed. But the thing is, every time someone picks a Slims in the jungle, it's always very 50-50. Are you able to consistently land those spears to get that initiation? Because take note, Thresh is up top. Normally you'd see 4-man in the early game when you contest Abyssal Dragons, but YR, very low at this point, half HP.
Yeah, Sherry coming in there, using that Nature's Rally ultimate, trying to get a stun on Love here, and you see Dauphin chasing it. Can he get enough damage? He does! And oh my god, they're getting chunked on here though, and Linky barely able to escape. Beautiful 4-man rotation from MS. Flying Spear coming in just a little bit short there. They got to be a little bit careful here. They're kind of low, but they're going back in on Linky. Linky's going to disappear. Air's running for his life. Can't. Oh, yeah, he does get out. Now they're going to turn around and get the bottom lane tower. 5-0 is the kill lead right now for MS. This game is not going the way Resurgence wants to at all.
This is super risky from Monster Sheild, or rather Resurgence. I mean, they had the decision whether or not to put the Kilgroth up top or place him at bottom. They decide at bottom so that he could probably land a couple of kills early. And that's the reason why that was the second failed attempt to get the picks early game. And right now, Abyssal Dragon on the side of Monster Sheild. This is not looking well for RSG.
Yeah, 2K gold lead, over 2K at the 4-minute mark. This is a great start for Monster Sheild. They're going to really have to screw up to really turn this game around back for Resurgence. Can Resurgence pull it together though? They've lost one tower. They gave it to Abyssal Dragon. They're behind on the kills and the gold. What do they got to do here?
Seems to me they've adjusted because they swapped lanes already. No bot side turret anymore at the bottom lane. So right now we have Kilgroth up top, will be facing Omen, but the tower dives are going to be insane here. 4-man rotation coming from the side of Monster Sheild.
Yeah, they're like, hey, you put him up here, we know where he's at. We see him moving up there. Love, get out of the map. That's our tower. We took one from you before, we're taking another one. You see Eris and Lincoln trying to close on in, but they're going to lose the tower, and everyone's just a little bit late. A full 5-man rotation down up here for Monster Sheild, gets them another tower and another kill.
Right now, RSG is trying to stop the bleed by retreating and as well as proxying the wave at the AD lane here. LCC2 doing a good job trying to slow down the pace, but RSG definitely not doing so great in stopping the bleed.
No, I mean, they got to do what they can here. They got to try to extend the game as long as possible at this point, right? They're so far behind so early here that they really don't want to try to fight now, right? They're falling behind too quickly. So 13.5K to 10.6K, 3,000 goal lead at the 5.5-minute mark. Things are just expanding and just falling away from them.
No spear has connected so far as
look at this.
Seen. Look at this.
Tier 2 tower as well. And the Metamorphosis is going to miss completely for LCC. And Cherry right behind there. Here comes the Nature's Rally. Just want to engage? No, opts not to.
RSG right now trying to pick up the pieces, trying to find the right opportunity. They want to punish Monster Sheild for being very aggressive in their rotations. And I do understand because look at that. Early top second tower. Already down at top side. So with Monster Sheild, what is the plan in mind? Do they continue to push for their lead? They say, of course, they can burst the Kilgroth immediately, but it's only because he's always getting solo killed. What if the whole squad is there? What if Chogner is there?
Uh-oh, Sherry got caught with the spear finally. Can they turn into something? No. And man, despite what the game thinks, I think Sherry's been the MVP for LCC getting caught out though, getting chunked down, gonna have to flicker over the wall, but still gonna go down to Dauphin. Man, this Cricknack is just dropping on people.
No Metamorphosis to save your day there, LCC2. And at this point, seems to me, MS is finding all of these picks that they need to get more of a massive lead over Resurgence. At this point, RC, what are your options? Because things are not working out so well, and Mia is in a comfy spot to even land this flank. They are probably going to be aiming for a tower dive here, and what can you do?
Yeah, they are definitely considering it here, but no minion wave. It's probably going to chill. They did get another Abyssal Dragon, though. So right now, MS doing what they can to take whatever objectives are available. And look at just in the bush, like, oh man, you know what? Oh my god, the damage from that drone drop on Ares, just chunking him. And look at Zay's damage dropping as well. Linky gonna fall as well. That's a free 3 kills for MS. 10-0 right now at the 7-minute mark. LC coming in. I mean, it looks like they're giving up. It's like I'm gonna metamorphose you out of here just to try to clear the wave, push the wave away. But they're gonna jump right in on him. It's 4-on-1, and he's out of here. I don't care how big you are.
That seemed like a miscall.
Yo, Love too.
Love already dashed out. It seemed to me the initiation was probably for the wave clear.
Right.
But Kilgroth could have probably tried to cleave his way for a couple of HP, and it seemed to me the sacrifice was definitely not worth it. They could have just decided to concede and probably defend that second tower in the mid lane, but for now, it seemed to be 0-11 on the scoreboard, and in such a huge lead for Monster Shield.
It's absolutely incredible. Two towers are gone. 11-0 kill lead at the 8-minute mark. They are 7,000 gold ahead. It's ridiculous. So MS playing out of their mind right now. Resurgence, you really got to clean up your act because things are falling apart. This is your last game. You lose this one, you guys are going home. And look at Dao Fang. He's been swooping in there with that drone drop. It's like, is someone available? I'm going to drop right in. Anyone around?
Exactly. There's the scout for the kill. And at the moment, RSG might have to play safer in comparison to before because LCC2 has been having very awkward positioning here. And again, no spears, no openings. And once again, he spots out Sherry. It's a complete opposite now.
Sherry is ridiculous today. The bait there to get the flying spear to come out. Too good. Way too good right now, Sherry. Look at her dodging the flying spear. You can't catch me. I'm Sherry. Were you watching yesterday? Yeah, aim for me. Make sure you guys aim for me.
So comfy now in our very last day of PvP Esports Championship. Arena Valor Dark Slayer actually being started already.
Oh yeah.
2-man and everybody else is creating impact around the map as well. We see a 2-2-1 at the moment, and no one can deal with these little squads that Monster Shield has created. Resurgence respecting how far in the lead MS is at this point.
Yeah, they went in on the Zenial there, but the Malleys over the wall got him out of that engage as well. So no death still on the board for MS. They are looking fantastic. Resurgence here all grouped up in this middle lane, trying to defend, hold off the minion wave, but that Dark Slayer buff is there for them. So it's going to be very hard to fight off here. Where are they going to set that Drake down? Exactly. It's not even a big Drake. Oh man, this is crazy. The game is so early, I'm forgetting what's happening.
Yeah, 10 minutes for the Enraged, but it's quite close at... But if you think about it, Resurgence at the moment, the key here, aside from landing the spears, is also LCC2's key metamorphosis. We haven't seen that just yet because MS is moving so fast, LCC2 cannot react in time, cannot rotate in time. And if this keeps happening, this trend continues, RSG, their chances of getting back into this game are getting slimmer and slimmer.
Have you ever seen a team come back from this much of a deficit, though? At this point in the game, 10 minutes, 11-0, what is it, 6 towers, 2 Abyssal Dragons, that's their lead.
Yes, I've seen games turn completely around because Monster Shield, or rather a team, cannot close the game in time. If they have a really good late game scaling comp, if they have a good amount of AOV damage, which is probably in the form of Kilgroth if you think about it, if they're all clumped up together. But at the same time, you're still your position is very risky and they could burst you down. So it's not the same as having a very good late game Kali or a Preda in this situation. So if you're talking about this composition, it's looking pretty grim.
Looking pretty grim. You see the 1-3-1 lane split here to keep pressure on all sides from MS currently. They got the Drake coming down the middle as well, along with their minions. He gives the minions extra health. The Drake trades damage with the towers. And MS now rotating down the bottom while they got the Drake in the middle. And here comes a little engage there. Jinra and Sherry doing so much damage. Ares having to run out of this. And you can see the Angelic Splendor coming out as well. The Drake is keeping him safe, chunking away at that middle high ground tower. And here's a nice metamorphosis, though, from LCC2. Malice has to get Wire out of there. And MS still staying alive, passive but aggressive at the same time. Oh my god, the damage out of nowhere from Downfang with that drone drop, just deleting people off the map. And look at this, YR now getting love. Just 2 members left, or 3 members up right now for Resurgence. Flying Spear is not going to connect, or just does connect the Sherry just outside. That was max range too, but what are you going to do, dive with 3 on 5? I don't think so. High ground tower gonna fall. Nature's Rally up as well. Diving in with the Malice. Not looking good for Resurgence right now. The core is starting to go down. This is their last stand, last chance. People are still getting deleted. LCC last chance. That is gonna do it. Monster Sheild gonna advance to the grand finals against Alpha X. Impressive stuff.
Impressive stuff for Monster Sheild. They look really good, really solid. Look how happy they are. They're doing the fish kind of thing. I don't know. They're doing it again.
Turtle.
That's what we were talking about. That's probably their victory shake hands or clap. Instead of clapping. But anyway, the Cricknack was such a key pick here.
Beautiful.
They completely shut down all the lanes of Resurgence, and Resurgence had a very shaky start, banking on the early kills from the Kilgroth, but immediately Monster Sheild rotated so well that they managed to counter every single move that RSG did.
Yeah, that pain up plus the Zenial early game against the Kilgroth was so effective for them. It looked like, we're just trying to poke you a little bit. All of a sudden, it's like, wait a second, wait, no, you're not trying to just poke me. You're trying to take me out. I see what's happening here, but it was too late. And they jumped after that 3-0 kill lead early. And despite having that lead, the goal is still relatively close at first, but man, things just spiraled out of control.
Yeah, there were so many kills here and there in favor of Monster Sheild from bottom, mid, down to top. And it seemed to me LCC2 couldn't have the right opportunity to land a very key ultimate on towards the end to turn the team fight around.
Yeah, without a doubt. Crazy stuff. Monster Sheild, though, going to be advancing to the grand finals. Resurgence, unfortunately, having to go home here with 3rd place. So impressive stuff to both teams. I mean, we're not done yet, of course. Monster Sheild, they're still in this, right? They're going to Aqua Turtle their way into that grand finals. We're going to probably send it back to the analyst desk to get their thoughts on this matchup as well.
The Monster is stomping on the dreams of Resurgence. I'm not so sure about... I'm looking for 3 new people to the analyst desk in case anyone wants to step up. That's your job.
So, can I just mention how that comp worked out so well?
No.
I mean, Cricknack has a Terrifying Plague, does percentage health damage. Zenio does percentage of his own HP health damage, and his barrier does health damage. Pyrrha has armor protection. Cricknack's Horn Rush heals him based on how many heroes he hits. So you basically have a comp that just won't die. I mean, you can see late game, Pyrrha had so much heals, and honestly, they played it so well. Those tight rotations. Sherry really, really went off on his Pyrrha. Totally different from yesterday.
Yeah, speaking of not dying, that was a perfect game coming out from Monster Sheild. They did not lose an objective. They did not give up 1 kill. And I have to ask Monster Sheild, I understand Resurgence hurt you in game 2, but you don't do that to a team on stage. That was disgusting.
This was literally just Sherry's game. Honestly, the performance coming out from the Payna was just way different from how she performed yesterday. It's totally like a total opposite of how she performed.
Yeah, Manto has such good engages. I mean, it was insane how well they showed teamwork. They had 5-man rotations up top here. They take the top tower, and look at this engage, how they juggle arrow, how they kind of group right back onto Sherry to get the heal, but the amount of bursts, they were just so ahead. 10k gold lead by 10:30, and 1 kill per minute was their pacing.
Like, I'm trying to write down things for Resurgence here, but there's literally nothing to write about because that game was like Oppo mentioned. It was literally perfect. Perfect place, perfect drop. Everything was well done by Monster Sheild.
And this is like them diving underneath the core in between towers and still can't even get a consolation kill. It's 0-16 by the time the core falls. And that Cricknack, of course, going on a 12 KDA.
Yeah, you can see they protected him so well. He got the barrier, he got the Zenio Angelic Splendor. Also, Omen has a lot of damage reduction, right?
Yeah.
His Unstoppable reduces damage by 50%. So the comp just won't die. So as soon as I saw the draft, I was like, they win. Because if they can execute this draft and stick together, there's no way they're going to lose a fight. Because Tulin, although bursty, he depends on his targets losing HP, and that's where his ultimate shines. But if you heal the HP back up, then his Thunderbird ultimate is not as useful, and that's where Slim just didn't work out as well. He just was not effective, unfortunately. And of course, Chognar and Crash, they don't do enough burst damage. To counter a heal comp, you have to burst it down before they can heal.
Yeah, and that means that with now finishing that match, we have Monster Sheild going up against Alpha X in the grand final coming right after this one here. And that means that's a second chance now, their chance for revenge onto Alpha X and maybe getting that. Yeah, redemption, we saw the game here. Sherry's hiccups in game 2, but game 1 and game 3 were just flawless for this squad.
Two things. Monster Sheild has a lot of momentum going into the grand finals. However, Alpha X, they're able to study and watch their opponents play on stage. So that's a benefit that they have, but they have not warmed up. So it's going to come down to the mental fortitude for game 1. I think whoever wins game 1 is going to help decide how the rest of the games go.
But I kind of like from Monster Sheild, they showed that they could win without that butterfly pick, actually, because they got banned out. And they played a couple of different compositions over the course of this series, and I truly do believe that our final may go all the way to a Game 5. I do honestly believe Monster Sheild can take the games necessary. Honestly, if I'm guessing who's going to win, I couldn't tell you until I get to see that Game 5.
And we will see that game. It is a best of 5, and we'll figure out if Butterfly is needed to get the big win on this big stage. It will be Alpha X versus Monster Sheild for $100,000 US. Don't miss any of that action. We'll bring to you right after the break.